Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being with us. Miraculously, some agreements have been reached, and we have a budget document ready to sign by the conference committee. I want to start off by saying how much I appreciate Chairman Tillery and his conferees and his budget staff for all the help over the last several days on getting this put together, and of course our budget staff on the House side and my conferees as well. A good process. I think we've got an incredible budget in front of us that addresses a lot of issues for a lot of folks. And Mr. Chairman, I'll let you make some comments. I may make a couple more, and we'll sign this thing.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I echo what you said about, first of all, about our conferees. I appreciate the help that the majority leader and the pro tem have put in this process, and also the Senate Budget Office. But your team is second to none as well. Martha and Christine, thank you for your help through this, and Pro Tem Jones and Leader Burns. Glad to continue the work that you used to have with the former chair, supporting South Georgia and rural Georgia. And thank you for allowing me to help you with that. I'm particularly proud, Mr. Chairman, that we were able to focus on quality in this budget. Glad for the moves that your body made and brought us a budget that we could work with and work from. I think this is something that we can all be proud of. I also would be remiss if we didn't also remember that we don't sell any widgets here. We always get our money because we take money from taxpayers and spend it. And so if it wasn't for the hardworking folks in Georgia, we wouldn't be in this position to do what we're doing now. Again, a pleasure working with you again this year.
I think we'd both be remiss if we didn't also thank the governor and OPB and Director Kelly Farr. This process really started last fall, and we spent you and I both spent a lot of time on the phone with Director Farr and folks in the governor's office as they worked on their version of the budget. And we'd be remiss if we didn't also mention that the governor had of course made a priority to fund education and quite a big step back in backfilling some of the reductions we had to make last year in the QBE formula and putting about $570 million back in there and a lot of other things that as things started looking better than what we feared or what we thought they would, we were able to kind of backfill, but at the same time do it in a way that is mindful that things changed and needs changed, and we've made quite a few adjustments as it relates to that in this document. But with that said, any of the other conferees want to say anything? Comments? Of course, the car salesman wants to.
He left you a hole big enough to drive a Honda through. Well, I just have to thank all those at this table, the conferees and the staff, and for their attention to the quality of life of all Georgians. There are those that are vulnerable, there are those that are in need, and those that need help and support, and those that need encouragement. And I think this budget addresses much of that, and it also addresses economic development and opportunity and education. And those are the values that I think this budget reflects, not only the values of the ladies and gentlemen in this room, but the values of 11 million Georgians. And I thank all the conferees and the staff for their hard work on this. Thank you, gentlemen and ladies.
Thank you. And I just want to thank the staff of the governor's staff and House staff, the Senate staff, who had an enormous hand in this. It was a pleasure to work again with our colleagues in the Senate. And to reiterate what you said, Mr. President Pro Tem, is that this budget has a statewide perspective, and it particularly it strengthens our safety net for those who need it the most. And I appreciate the two chairmen's hard work on making sure that we took care of the least of ours.
Yeah, I think we're about to have to put one of these in the budget for next year. They, again, the same echo that everybody else has said. You too, I appreciate everything you do. When I asked Senator Tillery, how can I help? And he says, basically just stay out of the way for a second. He said, we'll get you in there when we need you. So with y'all's offices and you two doing all the heavy lifting to get us to where we are, I know there's always going to be a time where somebody goes, we wish there was one more thing that we could put in there, but they can never tell you where they want that pulled from to fund that. So y'all have done your normal masterful job at a stressful year, and I think that when this comes out, when everybody sees what's in it, they'll be much appreciative for both of y'all for what you've done.
Thank you, Mr. Leader. To my Senate colleagues, thank you for your work. I know I don't do this often enough to say thank you to a great number of people in this room. They've been thanked, but I want to say it again. Thank you for and House staff and Senate staff. Yes, I think it does. From my view of what I've seen in this budget, I'm fairly familiar with it, and it does meet the needs of Georgians, as it should, as expected of us as stewards of their money, as you said, Senator Tillery. And I'm very proud to be a part of it. Thank you again to you two gentlemen for your hard work and listening and taking everyone's concern into y'all's thoughts. And Mr. Chairman, I'll say this. I think this is the first budget that's not had Senator Hill's direct fingerprints on it. But one thing I know for sure, Jack Hill's heart is in both of you guys. And Jack's heart will always be reflected in this budget. Thank y'all for y'all's work.
All right, Mr. Chairman, you got anything else?
No, sir. Appreciate working with you.
Same here. Let's get them signed. Thank you, everybody.